Do any of you know why Wurlitzer existed? Okay, well, first of all, this one was designed as somebody's house. There are 1,000 behind the curtains. So there's no speakers or anything. They were actually designed to accompany silent films. But this one went to somebody's house in America. It was during the Depression. He ran out of money, sadly, and it was repossessed by Wurlitzer. And it was brought to the UK. And its original home was in Kingston upon Thames. And it was in the Regal Cinema, which you probably remember as Garfield. And it was brought in specifically to do silent films. About 2 months after they'd spent a year installing it, talkies came along. So they changed what theatre organs, cinema organs were for, and they become a sort of a mini concert instrument. So if you're old enough like me, you can remember them coming out of the floor and they would play. But to accompany silent movies, you had to have sound effects. And so, for instance, so if you had something like a train whistle, you had to have the sound of a train. Sirens. Fire bell. Anybody know what this is? We've either got a sparrow in the roof again or a bird. This is the 1930s version of the scene. Or you can have the horse I normally back in the derby, which has got 3 legs. So we've also got sounds that you would expect to have from, if you like, an organ or whatever. This has chimes, which are just behind the curtain here. So things like glockenspiels, bells for Christmas. Then you might want to play the drums, so you don't have to use your hands. You can play with your feet. And if you watch our piano that came from a different cinema, this came from Nottingham. When we actually got it, it was bright pink, because they had a way of painting things to go with the film they were showing. And the last film shown at the cinema in Nottingham was Pink Panther. So when we got that, it was bright pink, and Steinway were not really impressed, so we put it back to black. And so if you watch the piano, you can play it from here, you can even play it with your feet. And then to make an organist's life easy, if 3 keyboards are not enough, underneath here are what we call pistons, and so the organist could choose the sounds that he wanted to use. So you've got each of those, so it just gives them a lot more flexibility. You can very quickly go from a very quiet sound to a very loud sound. Also, the Americans thought, well, 2 hands, 2 feet is not enough. Maybe if you want to go from something soft to something loud very quickly, you can press the keys gently, nice sound, nice quiet sound. Press them a bit harder, and you can blow your head off. And you have to bear in mind that this was actually designed for a cinema that seats 2,450. We have 240 seats, and so we've quietened it down, believe it or not, a little bit. So it's split into different areas. So this is what I can play on the pedals, this is the bottom keyboard, this is the middle one, and this is the top. And what I'm going to do now is cheat a little bit, and I'm going to play it from a roll, so it's look no hands. But I can also change the sound, so if I don't like the original organist sound, I can actually mix sounds I like, so I can have the piano or whatever. So this is a roll from the very early 1900s.